everyone, this is Raj Lakshmi and welcome you all to my channel. Today we all are going to learn all about the confusing words which I'm going to tell you today. These words often create a lot of problem when it comes to spellings, when it comes to their usage in the sentences. We really get confused. Don't worry, today we are going to fix all these problems. So if you like today's video, don't forget to click on the subscribe button. Also press the bell icon so that you can get the notifications of my next video. Let's get started. The confusing words which I'm going to teach you today are homophones. What is a homophone? Homophones include those words which have the same pronunciation but different spelling and different meanings. So let's begin with the first word. First word is principal and principal. Okay? So principal, P-R-I-N-C-I-P-A-L, pal. Who is a pal? Friend. Okay, so my principal is my friend. This is a trick of remembering the spelling. My principal is my friend. Here, principal can be a noun and it can also be an adjective. When you are talking about the head of the school, then it is a noun. For example, the principal of my school is retiring this year. Principal, when it is an adjective, it means important or significant. The principal concern is the safety of the women. Spelling is exactly same. P-R-I-N-C-I-P-A-L. But it can also be a noun. It can also be an adjective. When we are talking about the head of the school, it is a noun. And when it is an adjective, it means important or significant. Next is principle. P-R-I-N-C-I-P-L-E, which means rules. I can explain you like we have heard this. He's a man of principles. She's a woman of principles. Means they do something which is morally correct. Okay, like I can say my daughter is learning the principles of algebra in her school. This can be an example of principle. Understood? Okay, let's move on to the next word. Second word in the list is desert and dessert. There is a slight difference in the pronunciation. Desert. Repeat with me. Desert. Desert. And dessert. Dessert. Okay? So first, let me tell you desert. Most of us, everybody, I feel, we know that it is a land which is covered with sand, having less rainfall. Okay? I'll explain you with an example. The Sahara Desert is the largest hot desert in the world. Next is dessert. Dessert, which means a sweet course which we eat after the meal. Yesterday, I ate a chocolate pudding in my dessert. Dessert. Repeat with me, dessert. In this dessert, which is a sweet dish, double S comes. When you are understanding, kindly focus on the spellings and learn the spellings accordingly. D-E-S-S-E-R-T is a sweet dish, sweet course. And D-E-S-E-R-T is a land which is covered with sand, desert. All of us know, right? Advise and advice. Not much difference in their pronunciation, right? It's just the same to hear, both the words. Advise and advise. A-D-V-I-C-E. It's a noun, an uncountable noun. So we cannot add S to it. It can never be advises. Always advise. What do you mean by this? It is a suggestion we need sometimes when we are in a problem, okay? Advice is like a suggestion, we need it to fix some problem. Hey, can I ask your advice? I always listen to my mother's advice. These are the examples. Another is advise. A-D-V-I-S-E. It's a verb. The guests were advised to pay special attention to hand hygiene. Advise. When it's a verb, it's an action of suggesting someone to do something. Advisor. Who is an advisor? It's a person who gives you an advice. It's a noun. So I would like to tell you about this word also, advisor. So I hope you are not going to get confused in these words, advise and advise. So when it's a noun, it is CE, and when it's a verb, it is SE. Fourth word is along and along. A-L-O-N-G, along. It can be a preposition, sometimes it can be an adverb. Along means move along a flat surface, horizontally. Example can be, what a beautiful night. Shall we walk along the river? Another example, can I bring my friend along? Can I bring my friend along? And next, along. That means A. L-O-N-G. That is an adjective. Long is an adjective. Okay. Long means length. Length of something. And A we have added before long. So basically it is used for countable noun, which we can count, right? Countable noun means which we can count. So A, that is an article which we are adding, and long is an adjective. Along. Okay. For example, it's a long journey. A long day, anything, okay? So this is all about along. Fifth word is wane and wane. Wane, V-E-I-N. It is a noun and we all have veins in our body. Well, this vein is a small tube that carries the blood back to the heart. I can feel the blood is flowing through my veins. Next is vain, V-A-I-N. It is an adjective, which means without success. The captain's hard work was all in vain when the team lost the match. Understood the difference? V-E-I-N, it's a noun and we all have that veins, and V-A-I-N is an adjective. Let's move on to the next word. Grate and grate. Same sound, right? Grate, G-R-A-T-E. Grate is a verb, okay? Like we grate some vegetables or any food items, okay, to break it into a small pieces. So that is grate. I grated some vegetables to serve in a salad. And another is grate, G-R-E-A-T. Grate means large in amount or size. He has great confidence in himself. He's a great person. Let's move on to the next. Next word is allowed and allowed. There is hardly any difference in their pronunciation, right? A-L-O-U-D, aloud, is an adverb, which means loudly. She wept aloud. He read her letter aloud to the rest of the family. And another word is allowed, A-L-L-O-W-E-D, which is a verb, which means to let someone to do something. My parents allowed me to attend the function. Okay, understood the difference between the two? Pronunciation sounds almost the same, but there is a difference in the meaning, difference in the spellings. Okay, learn the spellings also. A-L-O-U-D, allowed, okay, and A-L-L-O-W-E-D. Let's move on to the next word, and according to me, it is the most important word, because we tend to do a lot of mistakes when it comes to spellings of these words. So learn it here itself, okay? Quiet and quiet. We can make out the difference in the pronunciation. It is not exactly the same. Quiet, Q-U-I-T-E, means completely or truly, very. It can be an adverb or it can be an adjective. She's quite busy, he's quite hungry, or we can say she's quite excited about the event. Another one is quiet, Q-U-I-E-T, which means free from noise. Children were asked to keep quiet by the teachers. Quiet, Q-U-I-E-T. I'll give you a small trick of remembering if in case you get confused with the spellings. Okay? See, quiet. First we need to keep quiet always. First we need to, what we need to do? Keep quiet. And therefore in quiet, E comes before T. In alphabetical order also, E comes before T, right? So quiet, first quiet and first E. Quiet and first E. So suppose you have to write this word and you are confused. I need to write quiet, whether it should be DE, whether it should be ET. So you remember, quiet, ET. Quiet, ET. So you will remember. It's just a small trick I gave you so that you remember and you don't do any mistakes. Another word I would like to add in this is quit. And just suppose if you add TE to it, right? T is already there in quit, but if you add another letter, E, the entire meaning of the word will change, right? Quit, Q-U-I-T, means to leave. The workers were quitting the job because of the loss of pay. It's a verb. Okay? So, please learn the spellings of all these words so that you never ever do any mistake in these words when it comes to their spelling and usage in the sentence. Okay? So, I'm going to repeat it again. Quiet, Q-U-I-T-E. Quiet, Q-U-I-E-T. And quit, Q-U-I-T. Okay? Bear and bear. B-A-R-E, bear. It's an adjective. It means when there is nothing covering on something else. For example, bare walls having no paintings, bare skin having no clothing. And another is bear, B-E-A-R. It is a noun. Teddy bear, koala bear. Okay? So, bear. B-A-R-E, bear, which is an adjective, and B-E-A-R, which is a noun. Okay? 10th word is due and due. D-U-E. What is owed to one? When is the first payment due? Another dew is DEW, the tiny drops of water that forms on the ground during the night. In the morning, the grass was wet with the dew. Both are noun. Okay? So one is DUE and another one is DEW. So friends, these were the confusing words. We often get confused with their spellings, sometimes with the pronunciation, sometimes how we should write it down, when we should use in a sentence. So remove all your confusions through this video and do watch my next video.